when you need me. My heart's on fire. You come to me, wild and wild. Ooh, you come to me, give me everything I need. Give me a lifetime of promises and a world of dreams. Speak the language of love like you know what it means. Oh, and it can't be wrong. Take my heart and make it strong. You're simply the best. You're better than all the rest, yeah. You're better than anyone I ever met. I'm stuck on your heart. I hang on every word you say. Oh, tear us apart. Baby, I would rather be dead. In your eyes, I see the star of every night and every day. In your eyes, I get lost, I get washed away. Just as long as I'm here in your arms, I can be in no better place. You're simply the best. You're better than all the rest, yeah. You're better than anyone I ever met. I'm stuck on your heart. I hang on every word you say. Oh, tear us apart. Baby, I would rather be dead. Each time you leave me, start losing control. I'm walking away with my heart and my soul. And I can feel you even when I'm alone. Oh baby, don't let go. Apart. Oh baby, I would rather be dead. Hi Pete. Come here. Come here. Come here. I know if you guys know this guy. This is our organist for the New Jersey Devils hockey team. Pete's in the house. Yeah, Pete. You're better than all the rest. You're better than anyone I ever met. I'm stuck on your heart. Yeah. I hang on every word you say. Oh, tear us apart. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Baby, I would rather be dead. Simply the best. All right, kids, are you ready? All right, the kids are ready. Thank you, y'all. I'm going to pass you over to the capable hands of these two handsome gentlemen, Sam and Short Sky.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Thursday. This is Game Day Live, coming to you live from Stagehouse Tavern in beautiful Mountainside, New Jersey. We have a crowd of Devils fans here. Short Sky, I'm your host, Sam Wu, here with Short Sky. Vinnie Parise out in Chicago, and Beer Baron out in his estates on top of the mountain somewhere. Welcome, guys, as for the Devils take on the Washington Capitals as they fight for the Metropolitan Division.
I don't want it.
You don't want it?
I don't want
Why
it.
not?
I want the Rangers next round, or first round.
Really?
I want the Rangers first round.
Really?
Yep.
Vinny, look at Vinny's face. Vinny, what do you have to say?
Shorts guy, I knew you were out of your mind, but I didn't think you were that out. What do you mean you want the Rangers in the first round? You want the team with 20? You want the team with 20 more points in the? No, okay, we'll sell shirts in the second round then. No, come on, I want to be the Metropolitan Division champions.
I've got a reason for that too. So.
Wow. All right, I'll let you speak your mind.
I want my reason for wanting the Rangers in the first round. Because there is the potential of a hangover. Whoever wins that series has the potential for a hangover from fighting against your closest rival for that round. And the hangover could be a loss in the next round. I'd rather get that done early instead of in a conference final. Or a Stanley Cup final.
But don't you think that it could – don't you think it could also work in their favor, that it could also propel them further into the playoffs?
It could. It could potentially do that, but I would rather take care of that and see all that come to fruition if we move on past the second round. I'd rather eliminate them early, and instead of later on.
I get worried about the past
eliminating them early
itself.
would be good.
I agree, but I like when the past repeats itself. In 2012, they went through through Florida and New York Rangers.
Yeah, and then we lost in the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah.
I'd rather see it's that
rewrite history.
You're right. I didn't watch that Stanley Cup get lifted either, so it never happened. However, I want to say part of it was a hangover from the emotions of that Eastern Conference final, and I'd rather take care of that early than later. And I want to sell T-shirts.
I love in year one of taking a step, winning the division, like that. That to me. Yeah. That to me would be like,
that would be great.
This team is set for 10 years.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wouldn't mind winning the division, but I would just rather get the Rangers done in the first round. Because next week the weather's going to be nice. Just let's bring them into the building. Let's just destroy them. The only advantage to not getting the Rangers in the first round is all those Ranger fans that bought tickets to our building for the first round are now screwed out of their money, which would be hysterical.
That would be really funny. And Beer Baron and Sports Guy, I want your opinion on this too. Okay. You might want to play the Rangers and get them out of the way early, but do you think the Rangers are a lock to beat Carolina in the first round if that were the case?
No, I honestly think
think
that
so.
Whoever they play in the first round, they're going to have a hard time with. The way that the team is constructed is, I don't think beneficial for long term. Maybe I'm saying this with blinders on because I dislike them so much, but I don't feel like.
No, you can say the word you want to say. You hate them. You hate the Rangers.
I do.
Because I hate the Rangers
with every fiber of my body. I hate the Rangers.
Good, as you should. So as any Devil fan here should.
1,000%. But my theory is that whoever they play in the first round, I think, is going to give them fits. We give them fits because of our speed and our transition game, like we do most teams, but especially them. And I think Carolina is a team that they have to be looking, to last year and saying maybe they're looking for a little redemption against the Rangers. So I don't know. I don't know if I see them getting out of the first round either way. So if we win the Metro, amazing. If we have to play the Rangers, even better. But let's just, like Short Guy said, let's get them out of the way and beat them soundly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, regardless, we're in the playoffs. We're second in the Metro. Whether we win the Metro or we end second, this is house money. We would have, all of us, all four of us, anyone here that's at the watch party at Stagehouse tonight, would probably have been happy with the final wild card spot at the beginning of the season. We probably all would have been happy with the final wild card spot. And here we are fighting for the division, second overall in the Eastern Conference. Like, holy hell. I think we are playing with house money at this point. As far as we go, that's great with me.
Yeah, and let's not forget, if they win tonight, oh, sorry, Vinnie. I was going to say, if they win tonight, they're second in the NHL.
That's wild.
Not just winning the Metro, but second in the NHL, which is insane.
And again, we all would have been happy with final wild card in October.
I agree. Final wild card in October, no doubt. And if they get second in the NHL, that means they're hosting the first 2 games of any series they play, unless it's against the Boston Bruins, which that is remarkable to even be in that conversation going into the second game. But I also want to ask you, Short Sky, you say you want the Rangers, and like I get the hangover thing. You make perfect sense in my head. I don't disagree. Like I think it's a sound logic.
It's about time it makes sense to someone.
Do you have a part of you that's scared of the Florida Panthers? Though, like there's something about them, and I'm not saying like, oh, Short Guy's a little scaredy. I'm saying like, is there a part of the Florida Panthers game that's like, this doesn't bode well for the Devils necessarily?
The Florida Panthers have been playing so well as of recent just to get to where they are that's what scares me about them. And we didn't really do very well against them this season. So they're a team that right now has gotten hot at the right time. And that's a team you want to try to avoid going into the playoffs because that's the type of team that's dangerous. They were out of the playoffs. Let's not forget, they were out of the playoffs about 2 weeks ago. And they have just, basically on the back of Kachuk, who called the entire team out in an interview down there in Florida, they basically have all responded to that. So if they're going to respond to that just to get into the playoffs, who knows what they can do in the playoffs? So they do scare me. I'm not afraid to admit that the Florida Panthers do scare me as a team to play in the playoffs.
I don't think it's a dumb thing to admit at all. And like Alex Lyon is 6-0-1 since coming up with them, and he's got a shutout. I just don't know how long that'll last before they turn on him and he becomes Sergei Bobrovsky in the net again. It gives me Keith Kincaid vibes. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. I think I'm going to pick the Devils no matter who they play in the first round. I'm just happy to be here. You're right.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy. I'm really happy to be here. But sometimes that's the formula that you need to do very well and be successful in the Stanley Cup playoffs. It's not only a team that's playing hot, but you get a goalie that's hot.
Yeah,
that's something you can't really control.
No, that's you definitely can't control that. And if they'd be dumb if they went back to Bobrovsky. If they went back to Bobrovsky because Lyon kind of stumbles a little bit, okay, that's different. But yeah, that's one of they're one of those scary teams that right now. I would much rather watch someone else play them and just play the Rangers and beat up on them, hopefully.
Well, here's the thing, too, about the Panthers. You think about, like, their goaltender, if the coach is feeling a little jittery and he pulls him and puts in Bobrovsky after, a shaky game 1 or game 2, that could destroy that team's chemistry inside the locker room, too, because it could be like, well, you can't make these snap judgments. Like, you just let it ride. Unfortunately, in the playoffs, you don't have the comfort of like, hey, we'll figure it out in a couple of games because in a couple of games, you guys could be gone. But that uncertainty, even that little bit of uncertainty going into the series is a huge, huge cloud that could hover over that team. Just because whatever the coach decides, if the kid stumbles a little bit and he leaves him in, he's like, we got to let him ride. That can make some players upset too because they could be like, well, hey, what the heck? Why are we not going with a veteran when we were in this spot? Like, we should go back to a proven commodity. Or if he does it the other way, so it's a catch-22.
It is a catch-22, but he's the guy that got them there. So you have to assume that they have some level of decent confidence in him as of right now. So he got them there. I got to imagine that they're just going to ride him until the ride is over, and who knows how long that's going to be.
It's true.
Crazy.
I know. But, enough about the Panthers and the Rangers. The Devils play tonight. We should probably talk about them playing the Washington Capitals.
There's a couple milestones that could happen tonight, too.
I know.
Well, let's go over that first. Which milestone? There's many of them.
All right, so I thought you were going to jump into it. I thought you were going to leave me hanging there. So Nico Hischier is close to hitting 80 points. I think Jesper Bratt is 2 points away from reaching a career high. Jack Hughes is 3 points, which is doable because the last time I think the last time he had a hat trick was against the Capitals, if I'm not mistaken, or his first hat trick was against the Capitals. So 3 points away from 100. The Devils, if they win tonight, would beat the best. I don't know how you put this. The best comeback record, is that it?
Yes.
So going from last to first kind of thing.
Yeah, the best turnaround.
The best turnaround. That's what I was looking for. So the best turnaround with 40, they would have 49 points. They're tied right now with 47. They would also top most points in a regular season by a Devils in their franchise history and most wins in franchise history. So there's a lot of little milestones that are going on. And I like the fact also that Luke Hughes is playing tonight.
Yes. They trust him.
A couple guys, Curtis Lazar is playing tonight. So these are a nice little tune-up game before we get into the real deal.
I hope someone throws a hamburger on the ice tonight.
Me too. And he's the.
That should be the goal for the first playoff game. Just buy a hamburger and chuck it on the ice at the end of the game if we win. See if he eats it.
We'll try the hamburgers here at Stagehouse Tavern. I heard they're pretty yummy.
Always plugging.
Yep,
Always
plugging here.
Always playing.
Lazar's going to get his wish, too. He'll be the first player in NHL history to play with all 3 Hughes brothers. Good for him. What an accomplishment.
Wow.
I wonder if they're going to make him one of those, like, golden sticks or something like that, or like a jersey, with
the golden H for playing with all the Hugheses.
Yeah.
Golden Triple H.
When I got traded, I would have had Quinn sign a stick on my way out. And I know who's going to sign this later in the season.
It's possible. You never know. I mean, they were teammates. He can just say, hey, do you mind signing this? And then have it send it to me or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, apparently Quinn is also going to be hanging out watching the games a la Brady Tkachuk last year. So he's going to be hanging out, maybe slamming some beers and hanging out with the Devils faithful.
Or, he can go down to the locker room and just kind of slip into Luke's gear and jersey and be like, I am Luke.
Yes. You look different. World. It's the playoff beard.
Yes.
Like put on like a fake beard. You're 19. You grew that in a day? Yes. I'm ready.
Yes, I did.
I was able to.
Yeah, well. So, Capitals tonight. So, I'm curious what the Capitals are going to do. If they're going to just kind of roll over and die, if they're going to actually try to play for something. I know they got nothing but vacation to play for tomorrow. But I'm curious what the Capitals are going to bring tonight, because this is one of those weird games where, they could come out very strong and, they could put a bunch of youth that are trying to prove something, which could, be a pain for the Devils, or they could just say, yeah, let's just get this over with, not get hurt so I can go to, fly off to whatever beach I want to fly off to tomorrow and not have an injury.
Well, they have their whole lineup going.
Okay.
Backstrom, Strome, Kuznetsov down the middle. Their fourth line kind of stinks, and that's probably why they're not going to the playoffs this year. And their third line's not all that great either. But Ovechkin's playing for the first time in a couple games. They got Sherry's in, and Tom Wilson's playing. John Carlson. It's John Carlson and 5 other guys you haven't heard of. Oh, Sandin is playing too. He's a pretty good player. Their E-Bug is the backup, though. So you wonder if they give him a couple minutes at the end like they are, like teams are known to do if they're getting killed or something. I'm interested to see how this game goes. I think this is a game the Devils could destroy them. But then again, though, those games never go their way.
No. And we're resting Vitek tonight, so Vitek doesn't get to see his old team. We got Blackwood in net with Schmid backing up as far as the goaltenders are concerned.
So, yeah, and even more interesting is you got the Panthers and the Hurricanes playing against each other. So that game is
that's going to be a bruiser of a game.
That's going to be a bruiser of a game. So I mean, what's crazy too is we get the quote unquote layup game, and then they have the potential like playoff preview game.
Yeah.
So it's crazy because I was looking at all the matchups for the playoffs earlier this afternoon, and as I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow, there's like none of the matchups in the West have been figured out yet, and there's one game left. There's like a good 4 or 5 games in the East that haven't been figured out yet, including the Devils, who knows who they're going to play. but it's fun, dude. Like down to the wire. You look at this is the first time since 2006 that Crosby and Ovechkin have not been in the NHL playoffs, which is wild.
Yeah, this is basically what the NHL wanted at the end of any season, is having this much uncertainty and all these games count until almost the very last day. And you really can't beat it. And then with divisional matchups coming in the first round, this is almost like an NHL dream right now. And to be honest, it's been exciting just as not only a Devils fan, but just in general as a hockey fan, to have all this uncertainty at the end. It's been great.
This has been one of the best seasons I can remember in a really long time. I mean, it's different than 2012.
Yes.
And 2012 felt like it was near the end. Brodeur was 40. Elias was in his late 30s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Zach Parise was an unrestricted free agent. We didn't think Kovalchuk would dip the way he did. I didn't think David Clarkson would dip the way that he did. But, you know, you knew Zach Parise might leave. You know Patrick Elias and Marty Brodeur wasn't going to last forever. This is different. Jack Hughes has got 97 points as a 21-year-old. Dawson Mercer's got 27 goals as a 21-year-old. Nico Hischier might win the Selke Trophy. He's 23. Jesper Bratt is a consistent 70, 75-point scorer. Doug Hamilton is locked up forever. Luke Hughes has played 2 games. Nemec hasn't even debuted yet. I mean, I could keep going on and on and on. And they got 51 wins by accident.
Yeah.
I never remember anything like this for any team I cheer for.
That's what I love when people say that.
Yeah, I mean, I have to be honest. We've watched this team all season long, but it's almost been, for as great as we've been, it's almost been like one of those sneaky great seasons where all of a sudden we're looking at the final numbers. Now we're going like, holy crap, we're going to have all these points, all these wins. When did this happen? It's been sneaky because we weren't expecting to do all this. But we weren't ultra dominant like the like the Boston Bruins have been. It seems, at least to me, I could just be oblivious to a lot of things, which is true. But it just seems like a sneaky, really fantastic season.
Yeah, dude, you're 100% right. Like it's
one at a time.
This team, the whole season.
Vinny, go.
Go ahead. Yeah, Vinny, go.
Sorry. I'm sorry. They could win 3 cups and never have a regular season like this.
Yeah.
They didn't in any of their other 3 cups.
Hold on a sec, guys.
All you.
Shorts guy, you've got a couple customers at the T-shirt line.
I see that. They're over there. They just want camera time.
No, they want the I Hate Sam Wu T-shirts that's available for $20.
Yeah, well, it's because we all hate Sam Wu.
Yeah, exactly.
I had someone ask me about my shirt. Who's Sam Wu? It was like, that guy over there. He's a jerk.
Hey, you know what I'm rocking today?
The green. Oh, you're rocking the
there you
podcast
go.
jersey. Yeah, we had one hanging on the wall. It fell down. Oh well. So much for that tape. Cheap tape.
That cheap tape.
Cheap tape from the cheap producer.
All right. Well,
That's why I hate
moving
Sam.
on.
You're 100% correct on your or not your assumption, but the way you feel about the season. Because I feel the exact same way. Where not that I'm not like, wow, look at what we did. Like, I don't know if I feel numb to it. Because it was so unexpected, we were just like, oh, okay, all right,
We're this
good.
good.
I see what happened.
It's like, wow.
It's like I knew we were okay, but I didn't realize we were that good. Like it does feel surreal in a way.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't feel like they're the second best team in the NHL, and not because like they don't look like it. It just, I don't know. It just feels surreal. Like it feels like a surreal season the whole year.
Part of it might be overshadowed by the fact that the Boston Bruins have been so good all season, and that's all anyone has spoken about. That's been like the big story of the season is the Boston Bruins and their dominance. And then you look at us, and it's like, well, if the Boston Bruins weren't having the season that they were, everyone would be talking about us like that.
Yeah. Unfortunately for the Devils, the historical season. But let's go to predictions. We're up against the clock right now.
All right, that's fine.
All right.
Let's see.
Beer
Baron, you go. I'm never right, so you just go.
5-2 Devils victory tonight. And I also am going to make a prediction, bold one. The Bruins flame out in the first round.
Wow.
That's not a bold prediction because that can happen. The curse of the President's Trophy.
Sorokin.
And listen, Omar
their
is.
goalie they
Let's not say that Omar is the greatest goaltender that's ever walked on God's green earth.
No, because
He's
obviously
having
Shorts guy is.
an amazing season. Of course. But hey, playoffs are a tricky thing, man. It's a very tricky thing. Things could go wrong, and you can get in your own head, and then boom,
Oh yeah.
you're playing golf before you even know it.
So you say
But anyways,
5-2.
5-2 Devils.
5-2
tonight.
Devils. Okay. Vinny, what do you got?
Yeah, that's a crazy prediction. Like if they play Sorokin and he gets hot, the Bruins could. I don't even want to think about that world. The memes. I think the Devils win this game 6-3. Ovechkin gets one to go off, and I think Luke Hughes collects his first career NHL point tonight. I do think Hischier reaches 80, and I do think Jack Hughes gets to 100.
So Vinny says 6-3 doubles.
Woo!
All right. So
I have 4-1 Devils. Jack gets 3 points, gets to 100, and we finish second
so
place.
you say 4-1 doubles?
4-1 Devils. We finish second. Play the Rangers next week because they suck.
Woo! All right. So my prediction. I'm predicting a
Here it
12-0
There it is.
victory
There
over
it
the
is.
Washington Capitals. Carolina, which is South Jersey. Anybody been to Raleigh, North Carolina? It's basically New Jersey. People that just left for better taxes.
Pretty much, yeah. Better taxes and climate.
So 12-0 Devils. Devils take the Metropolitan Division, and they play.
Don't take money out of my pocket like that.
And they play the Panthers, and they'll just roll over. They'll manhandle Kachuk in the playoffs. That's all. Just want to thank all those tuning in on the YouTube Live. And we see all the predictions, but we got to head out because the game's about to start.
Yeah,
Devils, Capitals. We'll be back after the game for Devils After Dark. Scotty of SiriusXM, Liquid Metal, and I will recap the game that was.
I might hang around.
Yeah, you're going to hang around?
I might hang
all
around.
right,
I got
then
nothing
Shorts
to do
Guy's
tomorrow.
going to be hanging around. And, Arlette's going to be performing. So if you're at home right now, come over to Stage House Tavern in Mountainside, New Jersey, 1099 Route 22 East. So think of the accountants in the crowd.
I was going to say perfect address for tax time.
Yeah, tax time. So we're going to hit the music right now.
There it is.
Thank you. Shorts Guy.
Yes.
It's been a Beer Baron, Vinny, and everybody. 5 years ago, I don't think we would be up on a stage.
And here we are.
Still
don't know why we're up on a stage, but here we are.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you after the game. Till next time, let's go Devils.